Destiny Taking King, the Thunderlord PvE weapon review. Anyway, the Thunderlord is one of the exotic machine guns in Destiny that was transferred from Year 1, and it's one of the most powerful machine guns for DPS. Other words, damage per second. It's basically good for dealing damage to the huge boss. Anyway, let's get on to the perks and all. Remember, this thing is obviously Thunder, so it is Arc, so you can take out those pesky Arc Shield Majors. And anyway, you have a choice between Accurized Ballistics, Field Choke, and Leaner Compensator. None of these change nothing barely at all. Like the Field Choke does down the stability a little bit, but I think just go with the default Accurized Ballistics. And then you have Feeding Frenzy. Kills with this weapon increase the reload speed for a short time. Then also you have a choice between Perfect Balance to up the stability, or Field Scout. I like Field Scout. Increase the ammo capacity on your character for this weapon. And then Flared Magwell. It reloads faster. And then you have the exotic Lightning Rounds. This weapon fires faster and more accurately the longer the trigger is held, which is pretty good because it makes you unload that DPS faster, and well, yeah, it makes your shadow shot a little worth a little bit more, and also it's another thing that's good for taking out mobs of enemies. Which is, well, not a thing this gun is really built for, but it is a good thing to do. Even though machine guns are built to mow down enemies, this one is more concentrated for DPS, but it can do some clearing of the mobs. And one cool thing that they actually made the stability lower as the rate of fire goes up. I mean, like the recoil to go down, because the more rate of fire, the more recoil. But if you increase the stability, it's basically just more rate of fire and no effect to the accuracy, which is pretty good. And also, as you can see here, I'm testing for the damage to the head. Which is like a 2033, and then after I use my shadow shot, it's a little bit more, and so on and so forth. But there's others better than this, but if you happen to pick this one up, it is pretty good to use that exotic slot on. And yeah, it's pretty good. And also, most of the perks on this thing match up pretty well. Like, it's very comparing to the, how do you call it, the Ruin Wake. The same rate of fire, well, without the exotic perk, and all that, same range, about same stability, reload speed is a little bit less, magazine sizes differs. But if you don't really you don't really care for the exotic perk, and you don't want to use your exotic slot, you can use the Ruin Wake, because it's a very close relative to the Thunderlord. And yeah, also that this thing is worth using one of those heavy synths, because you're gonna need more ammo than just one clip or magazine, whatever, to take out a boss. Like, that's obvious, because you can see here I shot my shadow shot, and yeah, actually no, 333 is with the shadow shot. So yeah, maybe the regularly is like 1,000 and some, give or take. And also, with now the super crit spot on my lock, you can and probably do like 2,370 some, give or take, which is pretty good, especially for how much the rate of fire ramps up during the time you're constantly firing. One thing though, when you let go of the trigger, the DPS slows down drastically because that rate of fire that you're gaining while you're holding the trigger goes down back to its original stance. So just do what you do in PvE with your Source regime. Hold down that trigger. No mistakes there, but hey, we got the boss down finally. Let's see if there's any loot. Spectating. Okay. Any loot, guys? I see 2 legendary engrams. Yep, just 2 legendary engrams. Oh well, hopefully get something good out of them.